Hey there, welcome back. So if you've been following me the last few weeks, then you know we've been exploring each of the big five. And those are those five broad classes that researchers use to classify clusters of personality traits. Today, we're going to talk about agreeableness. And like conscientiousness, agreeableness is just what it sounds like. People who score high on the agreeableness scale prioritize concern for social harmony over their own well-being. They find it very important to get along with others, and their basic belief is that people are good, decent, honest, and trustworthy. They have a very optimistic view of human nature. They dislike confrontation, and they're really willing to deny their own needs for the greater good. These are people who would never cheat on their taxes, they donate to charities, they do volunteer work in the community, and they tend to over-tip when they go out to eat. Because agreeableness is a social trait, there are obvious advantages for this personality in the workplace as it relates to team building and company culture. People ranking high on conscientiousness and agreeableness tend to be successful in the fields of education and medicine, nonprofit organizations, as well as politics. However, agreeableness may not be useful in situations that require objective decision-making or challenging the status quo. Highly agreeable people will always take the path of least resistance, and that doesn't always result in the best outcome. People who score low on the agreeableness scale place self-interest above getting along with others, and they are much less likely to go out of their way to help another person if it creates an obstacle for their own need. They often demonstrate a great deal of skepticism about others, which makes them appear to be suspicious and unfriendly and uncooperative. However, before you kick all of your disagreeable folks off the team, you should know that they make excellent scientists, researchers, and engineers, and we need them on our teams because they take nothing at face value and they tend to look for reasons why something won't work. In a recent study conducted by Truity Psychometrics, researchers asked people to evaluate potential candidates for a management position, and those who demonstrated highly agreeable traits were less likely to be recommended for advancement, especially if they were male. Why? Because most employees appreciate a boss who can give frank feedback, and a highly agreeable person has much greater difficulty providing any kind of criticism. More than that, disagreeable people are more likely to promote themselves, so they have a better chance of achieving higher status at work. Having said all of that, low scores on the agreeableness scale are also linked with cardiovascular disease later in life. So it pays off in the long run just to get along with people. If you find this kind of research fascinating and want to learn more about how the brain works and how to make it work better for you, check out my book, Happy Hour with Einstein. And remember, life is always better when you share the good stuff.